Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My friends, it's time for some Saturday morning React-TOONS, and today we're watching Robotech episode 11. I think it's 11. Episode 11, First Contact. Again, we are hitting our stride with this series. We're starting to really see some fun things happening, and we ended on a hell of a cliffhanger where it appears that Max, Ben, Rick, and Lisa are now captives, or at least trapped, inside of the Zentradi ship, especially after Britai went ham on he went full Air Force One, get off of my plane as soon as they got on there. Really, really great stuff. I enjoyed the hell out of the last episode. So let's see exactly what's going on now with us. Blind Game was the last episode, so now we are into episode 11, First Contact. If you could do me a favor, my friends, hit that like button, smash the subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. You'll be alerted next time we go live with Saturday morning React-TOONS or any of our sci-fi offerings. And of course, if you'd like those early or in their full-length format, the link to the Patreon's in the description. But all that is then, and this is now, and now it is time for us to see exactly what's going to go on with our folks that are inside the Zentradi ship. Super excited, super excited. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go. Fanfare. But full disclosure, I am starting to like Rick a lot more. I did not at the beginning. I'm coming to appreciate like the nuances of his character, though. That immaturity level that we've talked about, the bridge between the younger crowd, the younger viewing demographic, and helping them kind of understand and put themselves in the place of Rick. And as a device, Rick is incredible because anytime, back in the day in the 80s, when there was a younger character involved, it was usually like a comedic element. I always think of like Scott Tracker in Mask, who's like bumbled his way into stuff. And that was supposed to be like our relationship. No one wanted to be Scott Tracker. I guarantee you plenty of people wanted to be Rick Hunter, though. And I think he's, as a device for, like I said, for including two kind of different target demos, great job. Oh, I love the bridge crew. Lisa Hayes is my favorite character still, everybody. I don't get plenty of shit for that, but she is. Normally when I pick a favorite character, they die. I hope that is not the case with Lisa.
Watch out, Max!
Pick up a weapon!
Just let me handle this big bruiser. Watch it, he's ready to charge.
Behind you, Max!
Here come the others, yep.
Commander Hayes, the missile's headed right at you. Watch out! Ah!
Oh my god.
He got the commander!
What's going on with the animation? Seems very start-stoppy here.
No, you don't!
Oh, great move. Great move. Boy, Rick doing a hell of a job there.
Ah!
Oh, good move.
What does it take to stop this guy?
It's more than you've got, Rick. He is... Oh my god, he's going in.
Let's hope this thing works like it's supposed to.
Oh my god. Okay, Max got taken out. Oh, now I know why they didn't get through that door. There's a supplemental door that falls down.
Well, so this is an enemy Micronian.
Wow.
Subject their prisoners to a series of highly sophisticated tests.
So Max got out.
In addition, the skeletal, cellular, and genetic structures of these prisoners appear not to be much different from those of our own.
Again, way more similar than different.
Where are we, Lieutenant?
Right where you put us, Commander, in the hands of the aliens.
What? Jesus, Rick. She got captured after putting up a hell of a fight.
But it seems to me that sometimes certain assignments shouldn't be given to women. I mean, they're just too difficult. And believe me, I don't mean it personally.
Oh no, listen here, mister. I can do anything you can do.
Yeah, knock him out.
It looks as though they have more of a fighting nature than we thought.
Oh, Rick. 1 step forward, 2 steps back, buddy.
I can no longer stand to watch. Turn it off. Oh.
Brita, I'm with you, bud.
I believe the Macronian should be brought to Dolza himself, and that they should also be subjected to the most rigorous interrogation possible, Commander.
I mean, the interrogation techniques of the Zentradi will be interesting. It will show a lot about their culture.
You missed, Commander, that fighting that alien was no walk in the park.
You got beat too, Rick.
Oh, Lieutenant, Commander Hayes, I didn't miss lunch, did I?
No, Ben, you didn't, bud. Oh, Max didn't take off.
Repairing things doesn't seem to be any priority with these guys.
What's with the stuttered animation?
What's that?
A micro video. It's so small that when we were checked, those big aliens missed it.
That just goes to show you that big isn't always the best.
Hey,
Huh?
what good is a video recorder gonna do us in here?
I don't know, Rick. Why don't you bitch about something? Ben, why don't you knock Rick out?
On my order, you will commence fold operation, returning the ship to our home base area. Engage.
They've begun to fold, Rick!
We have to get out of here.
Oh my God.
I'm picking up activity. It seems the enemy's executed a fold, Captain Global.
Oh my God.
They're between coordinates.
Oh, look, Sammy's at Lisa's station.
I'm afraid Rick hasn't returned. He was last heard from while flying an important mission.
You mean he's been killed?
Boy, the animation's really off on this one, which is a shame because the story's awesome.
Concerning the fate of her good friend Rick Hunter,
Good friend.
Where are you, Rick?
Cool transition.
at that very moment, in some distant part of the galaxy, 3 weary Earthlings try to make the best.
Wow, where are they?
Wow, it's been almost 10 Earth days since we began this fold operation.
10 days?
That's right. Min-May's debut.
Nope, back to the long wait. A pivotal episode. Oh, that's funny. You get it for propaganda.
The name I made up is My Boyfriend's a Pilot. Isn't it dumb?
What's dumb?
Goodness. It means a lot to take.
Listen, I'm gonna be off this Sunday. And I was wondering if you'd maybe like to do something?
Is that Jan Morris? Or Jan, right? Jan Morris? The...
Please promise you'll watch. It'll be on at 9.
Sure thing, I promise.
See ya!
Min-May is a tough pill to swallow. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. The Min-May character is just something for me. Dear God.
It's some kind of electro-light force.
And this ship is being drawn right into it.
Electro-light force. So I'm assuming Britai is obviously not like the commander-in-chief of everything. So are they going to like the big head of the Zentron? Look at the size. Look at all those ships. I mean, I hate to say that Earth is pretty effed, but... Oh my God, Max has been in his Veritech for like 10 days. Max, inside the shitter. Is that where he is? Occupado! You should've...
Very well, Rico. You may proceed with your report.
Well, sir, observing those female aliens...
Rico! Okay, Rico's the small one.
You will be coming aboard my ship, is that correct? We dare not take the risk of these aliens coming too close to our central core.
Okay, so this is superior to Britai.
Aliens have indeed discovered protoculture.
Protoculture. Protoculture. The F is that?
Greetings, Earthlings. My name is Dolza, Commander-in-Chief over all forces of the Zentradi.
Dolza, I think.
Tell us what you know of protoculture. You, the chubby one, answer His Majesty.
Forget it. I don't know anything about it.
Ben's not... Ben's chubby?
You deny you've made a secret weapon?
What is your knowledge of protoculture?
Just a minute. Nobody here has the slightest perception.
Enough, Ben.
Yeah, let Lisa talk. Let the grown-up speak.
Not the greatest fit, so let's hope it'll fool them.
Oh my God, this is crazy. Is it just me, or did I want to see Max putting pants on as his Veritech?
So the little female is in charge here. It seems you are drastically underestimating the seriousness of your predicament, young lady. We are in possession of the power to destroy the SDF-1 and Macross City in the blink of an eye.
I don't doubt it.
Watch what happens to that planet.
That wasn't technically a threat. Now that's a threat.
I don't think you have enough power.
Impertinence!
Are you crazy?
Let me handle this.
Cook, Lisa.
And now, my feisty female, I want to know by what process you become Micronians. Answer me at once.
Stop!
Jesus!
When a female and a male love each other, it just happens.
This love, what is it? How do you express it?
Well, by kissing one another.
And so we are to believe that's how Micronians are made?
Oh my god, they're gonna want an example.
I'll be the one to demonstrate.
Well, all right. Make sure you do.
I would pick Ben, but she's not. It's gonna be Rick.
Now, listen, Lieutenant Hutter, I want you to kiss me.
Huh?
I want to get their reaction on my video recorder.
All right then, but why don't you do it with Ben?
Because I'd rather do it with you, Rick.
Then you'd better make it a command.
Rick, you are a huge jerk.
Forgive me, Min-May.
Forgive me, Min-May. Like, Min-May gives two shits.
This results from protoculture?
What is protoculture? Yeah, maybe that's how they're born. Like some type of like protoplasm or something.
Huh? Wait a second.
Nice job, Max.
I'll be, it's them.
Go get him, Max. I mean, technically, you don't even have to waste a room on them. You can put them in like a shoebox. Just punch some holes for air.
That was the strangest thing I've seen. I mean, you and the lieutenant just kissed one another. And the monsters seem to be scared half to death.
That's, yes, the kissing isn't the...
That's why I maintain, Your Majesty, that it's some type of weapon that the Micronians have devised.
That could only be done with protoculture.
You see, sir, Conde here had the same reaction when he first saw them.
Yes.
Conda.
Protoculture is the essence of robotechnology developed by our ancestors. In the beginning, we were the same size as the Micronians, and we also lived together with females.
Really?
But through the use of protoculture, we were able to evolve. However, over the years, through a series of wars with the Micronians, the secrets of protoculture were lost.
Wars with Micronians?
We have every reason to believe that those secrets are aboard the SDF-1.
Okay, so the big concern here is because the protoculture, they use that to evolve themselves. I guess they're concerned that the Micronians that will do the same thing, maybe? Or we're using it in a different way.
Miss Min-May will sing her latest hit. Come on, let's show her a big welcome. Come on!
Well, nothing like a musical interlude with Min-May, everybody's favorite character. Go ahead and admit it. You know Min-May's your favorite. That's like a duel.
Splashy.
That's how you get somebody to challenge you to a duel. Tell them that Min-May is their favorite character. Pistols at dawn. How dare you? Hey, Roy and Claudia. We don't see this enough. Roy's kind of taken a back seat ever since Max and Ben have showed up. Boy, everybody starved for any type of pop culture on the SDF-1 to the point where they don't account for talent. Friends, we just watched Robotech, episode 11, First Contact, and the only thing we have left to do is to talk about it. All right, everybody, we just got done watching Robotech. There is no seasons in Robotech, but, you know, episode 11, First Contact. A ton of incredible story points and story beats, plot points and whatnot in this one. I will go ahead and say this first. Boy, oh boy, you all have kind of warned me. You forewarned me that, you know, the animation gets spotty because they had to, and I forget the name of the studio. You all told me that I think there's more than one studio that they kind of like subbed out certain episodes to. And wow, you can really see in a couple of times where, you know, I mean, the stuttering, like the animation, you know, where they couldn't even finish the selling, I guess, for the certain sequences. You know, I'm assuming that's what it is, not a stylistic choice, because if it was a choice, it's a poor one for animation. But it's a shame because this episode suffered from that lesser quality of animation, and the story was profound. We had a lot of really major story beats in this one. So the animation was what it was. So let's go ahead and discuss some of the things that happened more on the story side. I mentioned during the reaction with Rick, it's one step forward, 12 steps back with him because his misogyny coming forward, his sexist, women just can't do certain things. Rick, you need to shut the fuck up, man, because it's like Lisa is fighting an absolutely uphill battle every step of the way. She has to kind of not shout to be heard, but, despite having these incredible moments of bravery and innovation and tactical acumen, she constantly has to reinforce the fact that, she is not only a viable member of the Robotech force, or the defense force, she is the most important person that they've had so far, with the exception of the doctor who's in charge of like making the pinpoint I forget his name offhand. I'm not sure if that's right. He's important, but not nearly as important as Lisa. Lisa has done the most so far for the cause. I mean, she has been at the forefront of a lot of these decisive moments. I don't want to recap them again, but if there has been a pivotal, hey, we could all die here in this moment, Lisa's been at the heart of it and helped get through it. At the very, very least, she has been an integral part of any success that they've had. So, having Rick say shit like, oh, because you had to go out in this radar craft. Yeah. Lisa was just, decided, hell, I'm going to get a Veritech flight squad and have them, a flight wing, have them, I'm going to go on a joyride. I think that I need to just fly around and, just really relax a little bit. No, dickhead. She was attempting to supplement the lost radar on the SDF-1 with secondary radar from her craft. And she was doing a hell of a job of it until you all were attacked. And again, there were mistakes. The biggest mistake Lisa made was when she ordered off, everybody to go check out the things and blah, blah, blah. I mean, they needed to have a better plan of attack there, but that's battlefield fog of war shit. That's not Lisa's fault at all. Lisa's doing the best, I mean, to be very honest with you, they want to portray Ben Dixon as this kind of like oafish type of character, and they call him chubby, and he doesn't look chubby, and again, they kind of, when's time to eat and blah, blah, blah. Take all that into consideration. Ben made more sense than Rick did by a country mile in this episode. He had questions. He was giving questions, answers that were, straightforward and informative to the Zentradi without revealing anything about, their battle plans or anything. And he was supportive of Lisa to the point where, he at least wasn't being, argumentative like Rick was. I mean, I'm not sure that Rick truly understands how to help a situation. Like when Rick annoys the shit out of me, which is a lot of times, Rick is so self-centered. Everything is about, you're going to have to order me to kiss you. Oh, you brat. Okay, fine. I mean, it's just the dumbest shit with him sometimes, that I understand that they're trying to portray that he feels some type of like, going steady obligation with Min-Mei where, they're exclusive and can't, he also needs to know how to read the room, because Min-Mei doesn't feel that way at all. I don't think, but I actually excuse Min-Mei's behavior, not behavior. I don't excuse it at all. Min-Mei is a 16-year-old girl who doesn't have a steady boyfriend. Rick is an absolute, knob when it comes to stuff like that. She's going to find somebody better, whatever. Rick is what he is. I enjoyed the Max sneaking around in the craft. The 10-day jump in time was a sight to behold too, especially when Max is in there, 3 Veritechs in a trench coat, walking around with this stuff on. It's still cool. I appreciate it enough that I'm not going to, give any type of like major story, problems with it. I thought it was really cool how they had that set up. And again, it kind of harkens back to me. I wish they would have been able to have some of the steadier animation for this, because it was a really informative episode. Now, here's my questions that I have. I'm assuming, and I'm going to use this as a very loose, penciled in kind of definition of protoculture. Protoculture was what the Zentradi used to, they used to be Micronian size, and then they evolved themselves. We're not sure what the specifics are for their creation at this point, but they evolved themselves into the Zentradi that we know today. Also, they mentioned that they had had several wars with Micronians. Now, to my knowledge, and what they've told us so far in Robotech, this is the Zentradi's first appearance in our solar system, and I can't imagine if they, appeared thousands of years ago that there's any type of like war with the Micronians. My lord, we would be so far tech level behind them, with no SDF-1 or anything, that it would have just been a massacre. So, it begs the question, are there other like human Micronian like civilizations out there? It would speak and say that there are such, because the Zentradi are technically Micronians that, and they said biologically they're very, 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 very similar, the Zentradi and the Micronians. So I can assume that there must be other Micronians that may have been even Zentradi sort of predecessors that didn't use the protoculture, maybe. I'm not sure exactly what the protoculture is, if it's some type of like device, or it's almost sounds like protoplasm, like some type of like, primordial ooze type of stuff. I don't know. I don't know what protoculture is, but it's very interesting. I'd like to learn more about it. And they being the Zentradi, are convinced that the Micronians, us, are using protoculture in the interactions between men and women. That feeling in the pit of their stomach, which I'm assuming is like attraction, or, I don't know. I don't know exactly what they're feeling, but they seem very concerned by that feeling, which is interesting because I think it's informative. And what I think this episode did more than anything else, well, we've talked about it before, it reinforces and this time by absolute exponentially reinforces the similarities between the Zentradi and the Micronians, the humans. And they went out of their way to tell us on several different story beats, similar, incredibly similar, very similar, the same, over and over again, which I really, really like. And you know what? I am actually would be very interested to see the interrogation techniques of the Zentradi, because that was just a question and answer type of thing. They had them on the table and we're talking to them, but he said, we need to put them into interrogation, like that Exodor and Britai were talking about that. And he's like, yeah, I think I agree with you. We need to interrogate them. I really would like to have seen their interrogation techniques, because that speaks to the civilization of the Zentradi. If they're humane, if it's, it's more just like a very arduous and, question type of situation. Now, if it's torture, completely different, set of cultural kind of edicts there, as far as what we're able to kind of glean from their society. I would have liked to have seen that, but boy, oh boy, this show, every time, the weight that is put on these things, they're talking about sex in this one, straight up. Ben's like the birds and the bees, when a man and a woman get together, we're born from women, that's things happen. And I think to myself, I can't imagine watching this at the age that I would have been when it aired. And I thought to myself, so many of you did watch it, and I'm sure that this was just mind blowing. The violence, obviously, mind blowing. The themes, though, whether or not that it's something that would stick, would resonate, like, oh, they're talking about death, or they're talking about this, or they're talking about sex, or they're talking about, it's the situation that would be remembered, not necessarily identifying the theme that would be remembered, like a love triangle between Minmay, Rick, and Lisa. You remember that there was one, but it's something that now you have experience with what is a love triangle. What a theme to carry into if you're, a 9-10-year-old kid, and in the future you see a presentation of a similar set of circumstances, a love triangle of some kind. Your mind's going to go back and be like, oh, Lisa, Minmay, and Rick, that was a love triangle. I learned about that in Robotech. Incredible stuff. I love that the creatives in charge of this had to have deliberations. Should we put this in there? This is a pretty weighty theme. And they were just like, you know what? F it, let's do it. Let's put it all in there. Great stuff. Can't wait to see the next one. The next one being, what is it? The Big Escape. I keep wanting to call it The Great Escape, but it's The Big Escape. I can't wait to see it, my friends. If you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and you'll be alerted next time we go live with Robotech or any of our other sci-fi offerings. And of course, if you'd like those early or in their full-length format, the link to the Patreon is in the description. But all that is then, my friends, and this is now. And now, unfortunately, it's time to say goodbye from the bowels of the Zentradi ship. So where should we say goodbye from? Well, let's say goodbye from the prison cell of Lisa, Ben, and Rick as we sit there with our friends, not sure where we are, not sure if anybody knows where we are, not sure exactly what the future holds. But there's one wild card out there. And he's a bespectacled, blue-haired pilot wearing a trench coat. Can Max pull this off? Ooh, I can't wait to see. Until next time, my friends, Vulcan roll, and I'll see you.